It's an amazing spring day and I've just left this beautiful beach behind me. It's just a quick little seafood mission. The pantry is bare. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to get out, so yeah, dropped my daughter off to a taxidermy lesson this morning, and while she's doing that I am out here. Let's go. Target today is going to be crayfish and snapper, and I'm pretty confident we'll find both. Alright, it's been a beautiful paddle up the coast and we're in our first spot. This spot I'm very likely to find some crayfish, and if I'm a little bit lucky I might just get my limit here, so I'm going to hop in and see how it goes. G'day everyone, and welcome back to another video. I know this spot pretty well, and in most cases there is crayfish here, so I was pretty confident when I dropped down here. The crayfish kind of hang out in this crack here, and if there's crayfish there, they'll be out on the sides. You sort of get one chance at it, so you've got to go and grab as many as you can, because as soon as you start hitting them they all disappear back into the hole. But in this case, there was no one home. Wow. I moved on to the second spot and started having a look around, just trying to check all the boulders, and when I looked under this boulder here I noticed there were a few crayfish, so sort of took a good look at where they were and decided I'd go back to the surface, have a bit of a breathe up and come up with a plan for attacking them. After a bit of a breathe up, I drop back down again and I just have another look under the boulder just to make sure that they haven't moved, and I'm pretty sure I can get them from the other side, so just roll over, have a look in here, decide I'll be able to have a go, get my hand in, have a grab, and manage to grab one.
Yeah, might be legal. They're all pretty small in there. We'll give them a measure. Yep, just legal. We'll have that.
Once I'd deposited the crayfish in the kayak, I looked down and I noticed I had a little school of blue mau swimming around me, so I came up with a bit of a plan. I wanted to set a burley for a snapper and decided I would shoot a blue mau. So once the school came in, I lined one up and pulled the trigger.
It's not till I get to the surface that I notice that my shooting line's broken, and yeah, no spear on the end of it, or fish for that matter. I dive back down and I can see the spear, and at this point I've pretty much given up hope on the fish. But then I notice it's on the end of my line swimming around, and I've actually got a knot in my shooting line from where it's broken before. Luckily for me, the fish has got caught up on the knot and I'm able to land it. So I take it to a nice ledge nearby, cut a whole lot of chunks off it, get a bit of a burley trail going in the water, and then drop down, find a rock, put the carcass with the rock on it, and head back to the surface. And actually go back to the kayak, retie my shooting line, and trim the tag ends. While the burley's having a bit of time to do its thing, I go back to that crayfish hole. There were a few in there, so go back down, have another look. And I can see them, and they're kind of in the middle of the hole, so I reach my hand in and wriggle it a bit and make some sort of shuffle around a bit and be a little bit closer to that other side of the hole. So roll over the other side of the rock and have a look. Yep, pretty sure I'm going to be able to get one. So get my hand in there, have a grab, and you sort of can't see while you've got your hand in there. It's a pretty small hole, but I managed to grab one and drag it out.
Oh, baby. Looks pretty small. Nah, too small. Too small. We'll put this one back.
Back down again. Same hole, and I can see one that I think might be legal, so get my hand in there, have a bit of a crack at it, get my hand to it, and as soon as I feel it soft, so I just let it go. Certainly can't take them in the soft shell state.
Oh, he was soft shell. Oh well.
Moving on, I find another rock with a couple of crayfish under it, and I'd actually seen this one on the previous dive, gone up, had to breathe up, turn my camera on and come back down. And I've actually come back down the wrong place here. I'm like, oh, where is it? But yeah, roll over, have a look down in the hole here and end up seeing it. So line it up, reach in, quick grab, and I just get my hand to it. So yeah, pretty happy, pull it out, and it's not a bad little cray, this one.
Yeah, that's a nice one. You beauty. Yes.
By this stage, I figure the burley's had plenty of time to do its thing, so I drop down and slowly make my way up to the ledge. And when I peer over, I'm a little bit surprised to see that there's not a huge amount of activity on it. But I have a bit of a watch, and then I see a reasonable snapper, so I line it up and take a shot. And yeah, a bit of bad luck. The shooting line, at that point I thought it had broken again, but what had actually happened was my knot had come undone. I'd cut the tag ends a bit short, and as it had tightened up, it had obviously pulled through, so yeah, I was probably a little bit lucky that the fish didn't take off with the spear, but as a result, it took off and I managed to get the spear back, but no fish.
Alright, updates. First spot, no crays. Very unusual for that spot, but hey, you get that sometimes. Second spot's been a little more productive. I've got 2 crays, and you just saw me shoot a snapper, and my shooting line where I retied it after shooting the blue mau that I used for my burley. Yeah, the knot came undone, so the snapper got away, damn it. But oh well, it's pretty damn nice out here. I'm going to start making my way back. I've got plenty more spots to try on the way back, so we're going to try another crayfish spot first, and then hopefully we'll be able to get a snapper on the way home.
So this is a nice shallow spot, and I come into this cave here and see there is a crack with a few crayfish sitting in it, and looks to be one pretty reasonable one there. So yeah, have a go at it, and I'm just a little bit slow. Gets away from me. There's a bunch of smaller ones there, but yeah, they're not worth it, so I have to give up on that one. But it's not too long and I find another one sitting in the front of his cave, favourite little cave, and looks like I should be able to get him. So I have a bit of a line up and he starts to move back. I take the shot and yeah, no worries. Got him.
Yeah. Yep, that's legal. New beauty, that's the limit of crayfish.
Alright, well, getting that last cray was pretty easy, but now we want the snapper, and this will be the last spot, this is a pretty decent spot for them. Shot some pretty reasonable snapper here before, so yeah, the mode is going to be set a burley, go away, have a snoop around, and come back and see if there's anything coming on the burley.
I find a suitable ledge. It's a nice edge, there's lots of weed on top of it to hide in, and a few kinner at the base, so head down and start smashing the kinner up. I don't particularly feel like shooting another fish for burley, so I decide there's probably enough kinner here to make things interesting, and yeah, just get to work. Smash a few at the base of the ledge, a few on the way up. Just get a bit of action happening. And after probably half an hour or so of snooping, I am back to check the burley. And once again, just a nice slow approach, getting down into the weeds, and basically I'm trying to make myself invisible. Once again, I'm a little bit surprised when I peer over the ledge and there's not much action on it. And I'm almost wondering whether I've left it for too long. But then as I'm watching, I notice a couple of snapper roll in, and one of them looks to be pretty reasonable. So I reach out, line it up, pull the trigger. And yeah, I've gone for the stone shot on it, but I hit it just a little bit high. Luckily, the spear has gone downwards a bit, so it actually did end up being a pretty good holding shot. And before too long, I was able to get my hands on it.
Well, we're nearly back at the beach. It's just over here. And yeah, the snapper hunting, well, it was a mixed bag really. I shot that nice little one that you saw. It's not so little, it's a good size, real good eating size. And then while I was snooping around, I actually come across quite a nice snapper. It's probably around, oh, I want to say like 10 to 12 pounds or something. Got a shot into it and it ripped off. Silly me had the reel on the gun way too tight, and so when I hit it and it took off, it just ripped out instead of pulling string off the gun. But yeah, I guess you'd get that. Anyway, I'm gonna make it back to the beach, and I don't know, I guess we'll show you the catch when we're on the beach. All right, we made it back. Oh, pretty pleased to be back on the beach. Just about ready to chuck the kayak on the trailer here, and I've got the catch all laid out. So we've got the one snapper, nice little eating snapper, and 3 crayfish. This one's not too bad. He's got a lot of growth on him. Looks like he's probably not far off being ready to shed his shell, but he's still hard, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. We'll give a cray to Nano's taxidermy teacher. We'll probably give a cray to mum and dad, and one for us, and a bit of snapper for us as well. So yeah, pretty happy. Anyway, that's probably pretty much it. I'm gonna say thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.